I left my email in one of my videos, and I had a young man to email me, and he has a story to tell about his relationship and what he has been going through. So he emailed me several times, and I said, well, it must be very important. So I have him on the line, and he's going to tell his story. So are you there, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Well, go ahead with your story. You have the floor. But first, I want to say something. Can you just tell us exactly what happened? But what I really want to know is, what did this woman actually do to you to cause you so much pain and so much grief in your relationship, or if you were married to her? So you talk and I listen. So you have the floor. Go ahead.
Okay, well, this happened a long time ago. This was my high school sweetheart. So this girl actually scared me from dating for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so so
Yeah.
I think I was 18 at the time, about to graduate. She was a year older than me,
Okay.
and we were a buddy of mine. I was going to stay with him that night. We had a weightlifting meet the next day. So last one in high school, so we were all going to stay there and catch the bus. And his sister had a bunch of her friends over. They wanted to go to a movie. So we said, yeah, okay, we can go to a movie.
Okay.
And I just got a Pontiac Firebird. It was a 1998 Pontiac Firebird.
Wow.
And I left it there with the key in it. And we all went to that movie in a van. And one of the girls that was with us, apparently the girl I was dating for almost a year at the time,
Okay.
for some reason she thought I was with this girl. I had nothing. I didn't even know this girl. Didn't know this girl's name. I just knew she was friends with my buddy's sister.
That figures.
We so we went to the movies. I can't remember what the movie was. And we're coming out the side of the movie theater, and all of a sudden my car comes flying up and slams on brakes, and my buddy grabs me and he says, "Is that your car? Is that your mom?" I said, "Oh no, that's my girlfriend."
Uh-oh.
So she just started yelling at me, slapping at my shoulder, saying, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm not. What are you talking about?" So the security guard drives up from the mall's cops, and he says, "Is there something going on here?" And I'm like, "No, it's okay. It's my girlfriend, and that's my car." And she said, "X," and then got in my car, slammed the door, and took off.
In your car? Wait a minute. So she took off in your car.
Yeah, and we were
The typical modern woman, right? And when the security guard came out, hold on, and I know one. I bet you this: the security guard came out and he asked you what was the problem. He didn't ask her what was the problem, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was all.
Of course, because he thought it was your fault, and he never considered it was her fault. He thought it was your fault. Oh yeah, I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so she took off from my car a good 30 minutes back to my friend's house, and wasn't there when I got back, so we went on to the Blade meet the next day.
Jordan, I'm sorry. Let me cut you off one moment. Where was the security guard when she took off in your car? Did he go back in, or was he standing there? What happened?
No, he was in his 4-door 4Runner.
But okay, but he saw what happened, right?
I believe he saw the whole thing.
Yeah, I believe so too. So why didn't he go after her? Okay, but go ahead with your story. This is just ridiculous. Go ahead, Jordan.
Well, I said it's okay. That's my girlfriend. That's my car. And she said ex-girlfriend, and got in my car and took off. And I said,
bingo,
that's
ex.
my car.
Mm-hmm.
And he just drove off. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So yeah, no, of course I wasn't going to press charges or anything.
Right.
But
but if it was vice versa, she would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that scarred me at 18.
Okay.
So then I just turned 31. I'm 40 years old.
Okay.
So I'm going to skip my marriage. I was married in my 20s, fine, had a daughter. Everything's fine now.
Good.
But when I just got into my 30s, I was dating this 24-year-old.
Okay.
and she was a radiology tech.
Wow.
And yeah, so we ended up dating 9 months, and then I told her I was moving away. I wanted to, start over after my divorce and try to get change. Anyway, she hit me with a daggum broomstick. I turned around, I was getting something out of the tree, she hit me in the back. She said, "You are not breaking up with me." We were at a college football game at a condominium by ourselves, both drinking, so she was intoxicated, I was intoxicated. But whooped my butt with that thing, and I grabbed it from her. I didn't lay my hand on her other than to grab her by her shoulder, and I said, "You have to get it. We cannot be around each other." So, well, it was my family. It was in my family's name, and she had her vehicle. I didn't have a vehicle. We rode together, and she left. So I had to get my uncle to take me home. A week later, I get a call from the police that says they had a warrant out for my arrest.
I'm not laughing at that, but I'm just laughing at how stupid this is. A warrant out for your...
And my mother had already taken pictures of all the bruises of me.
Good.
And I told the cop that called me.
Smart.
I said, I'll be there in 2 hours.
Good.
So I went up there and turned myself in, and I said, I'd like to file a arrest warrant and they said, for the girl that filed one on you. I said, yeah, I didn't lay my... He said, she had a broken nose. I said, dude, I didn't touch her other than I said, look at my body.
Oh, my God.
And I pulled up my shirt. My mom and my dad were there with me, and my mother was like, yeah, my mom said, I saw the girl. She was perfectly fine. So, anyway, yeah, so we went to court about it. Actually, I had to sit in front of a judge.
Oh, my God.
And after he heard both sides of the story, he said, I don't want you two to ever talk to each other ever again. Never contact each other ever again. I never want to see you guys in here again. So
right, but Jordan...
And I've been single ever since.
And I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Concentrate on yourself. But Jordan, let me ask you something. When you were in court, all the judge said was, I just don't want to see you two together again. That was it? He didn't, no charges on her or anything?
No.
Oh, my.
It was like it. Because you have to bring, for a job, and they said, oh, this says you were involved in an assault case. I'm like, I was not charged. That was thrown out just because she filed that mess.
Exactly. Exactly. And these women don't understand that. And I'm going to say this. Women, keep your hands to yourself. Okay? They already know that if they hit first, growing up, young boys are taught that you don't hit girls. Okay?
Yeah.
You know that. Every little boy growing up is, don't hit girls, don't hit girls. But the girl can hit the guy. Okay? That is so wrong. And then when the guy, which I don't condone any type of abuse, but keep your hands to yourself. You just can't go around hitting someone, slapping someone, and don't expect someone to knock you out. You know what I mean? That is just so, and like I said, I've said this before in videos, how the laws are so biased. It's always, oh, the woman, she's so dainty, she's so this, she's so that. That is so wrong. And then with all that, when you try to go apply for a job, all this stuff is showing up. But here's the thing, I bet if she go apply for a job or whatever, that's not showing up on her record.
No, it's crazy what happened to these two.
Man.
The one that stole the car, she married a guy with a lot of money.
Of course.
I can't get on her Facebook without saying they literally have a Learjet when they go on trips.
Oh my.
So she got 2 kids. So then the other one, what happened to her? Last I heard, the one that I went to court with, I think she moved to Georgia and married another wealthy guy, and I don't think she's I think she's like a radiology tech, maybe.
Okay. So what she basically does is she marries rich guys and then divorces them. And as I said before, when you go to court, you know what happens. It's always, everything goes to the woman. That's why they marry these rich men. Yeah.
I can't even claim my own daughter. Even though I had
Wow.
50% custody, the judge wouldn't let me claim her my taxes. So,
Wow.
yeah, so
That is
we get along
crazy.
fine now, but oof, when we first divorced, I was paying like $925 a month for one child. And then when I changed jobs, it got down to $350 because they were going on like Carnival cruise trips with
See?
their new husband.
See?
Like within a year of us getting divorced, and I was like, and then when that money got cut off, well, she threw a fit. I'll never forget it. I was sitting at an oyster bar drinking a draft beer, eating some oysters, and I couldn't even put the phone up to my head. She was screaming so loud about it going
Oh
from
my
over 900
gosh.
to 350, and I was just enjoying my oysters and drinking my beer. I said, "Well, I'm sorry." So
Oh my
I did everything.
goodness.
I did everything the judge told me to, so everything's fine. I got my daughter when I'm supposed to.
That is just so wrong. I am so sorry. I feel so bad for men that go through anything like this dealing with women. And the thing is, it's all about the bag. It's all about money. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. You were paying, how much did you say? $900 a month.
925 a month.
That is crazy. So basically, where you live, you have your rent to pay or whatever to pay, your car payment, all of this stuff. And sometimes, literally, guys are left with nothing. I mean, they have to pay their bills. I mean, how are they going to eat? But you think the woman
And
cares?
that
She's with a
was,
rich
and
man,
that,
and she's still getting all of this money. But Jordan, you know something? I truly believe in this, and what comes around goes around. It really does. People think that they can get away with certain things. What comes around goes around, and especially when children are involved, you don't know how much that affects a child's mind. You know what I mean? And just because
oh,
that
yeah.
woman carried that baby for 9 months, what happened? She just it just happened all of a sudden. She didn't have a man to get her pregnant. So you have as much rights as she does, but that's not the way it works, and that is so sad. I'm so sorry you went through all of that. That is crazy, but I understand why you no longer want to date. So basically right now you're not dating, you're just concentrating on yourself, right?
Yeah.
Good
Right
for
now, I'm just
you.
trying to get in a better shape.
Good for you. You continue to do that. Continue to do that, and I wish you well. And the thing is, I'm so glad that I'm speaking to you about this because in my comment section, a lot of guys leave like long comments as to what has happened in their lives. And when I'm reading these comments, I feel their pain. But actually, to have someone to call in, like you, and to hear it, and to hear in your voice and the pain that you're going through, I mean, that's something else, just to hear it instead of reading it. Like I said, when I read, I can feel the guy's pain, but actually hearing it, I am, I'm just, it just irritates me. I am so sorry, but at least you're working on yourself. You're to yourself. You're taking care of everything you need to take care of. And I know you don't trust women. It's hard to trust someone after you've been, through things like that. That is just, it's ridiculous. And I'm so sorry. But, again, I'm glad you called in because at least other men can hear what you've gone through as well. And maybe they can avoid that situation as well. So, okay.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I hate to hear these kind of stories. I am so sorry, but I'm glad you're working on yourself and, just stay away from women. This is what I'm going to say. Stay away from these crazy women. They act like they're so nice in the beginning, but they have another motive. They have another motive. It seems to be that way all the time. So, yeah, I'm just so sorry that happened. But again, I thank you so much for sharing your story, and let me hear your story, and the guys out there hear your story as well. Okay. And if you have other stories or whatever, don't fail to email me, and we'll set up a time so that we can talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to let me know it was PG 13.
Okay.
That was my
Okay.
joke.
Okay, yeah, I will. I mean, you say whatever you want to say, yeah, but you kept it, yeah, you kept it real cool this time. But I know there's a lot more stuff you want to say, but you're just trying to keep it kosher.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, anytime you want to talk, just you know, you have my email. Just email me, and we'll set up a time, and we'll do that. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Jordan. And you take care of yourself. Okay.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye now. Well, guys, there you have it. You heard that story, and I'm sure there are more guys out there like yourselves that have stories that you would like to tell. Okay, as I said to Jordan, you know, it's just not reading comments. When you read the comments in my comment section, I'm sure you feel it as I do. But to hear what someone has gone through makes a lot of difference. So if you have a story that you want to tell, you know, just I'm going to leave my email down in the comment section, and just shoot me an email and let me know, and we'll set up a time and we'll have you to come on and you can tell everybody about it. Okay, so as I said, this is real talk, and you know, while you talk, I'll listen. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you the next time. Bye now.